All right, what's up, guys? So I am here with Karol today. So this is a crazy transformation we have in only 3 months. In this video, we're going to be talking about how Karol went from 53 to 60 kgs. So that's over 7 kgs gained. Karol, welcome. Give us a bit of a rundown of where you were before joining the coaching program.
I was a bit skinny back then. I didn't knew that I will go to start to training again, but I'm glad I did.
Okay, so bring us back a little bit. So you've been 50, you were 53 kgs. Were you 53 kgs for most of your life? Like, give us a bit of a rundown.
It's previously three coaches experiences before. My first one was with my some kind of uncle. He was a personal trainer, but his methods were a bit too extreme for me. I mean, I've pushed like a lot of calories a day. After like a month or maybe and a half, something like that, I was so exhausted I couldn't sleep because I was so full all the time, and it wasn't maintainable at all. Because if you can't sleep and properly rest after one day, you can't go to the gym another day because you're so tired. Yeah, and the another one was was a bit better, but I didn't see any results, so I've dropped after like 2 months maybe. Yeah, and that was the whole history about this.
Was this an online coach before?
Yeah, the second one was online coach. It was like more like mass-produced plans, It wasn't strictly made for me.
And so you had different attempts. This was obviously something very important to you. How did you feel like 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago, when it comes to confidence in your day-to-day life? Like, what was the old version of Karol so far?
That's hard to tell because I was maybe a bit more shy than now. Now I talk to people more strictly if I don't like something. I was working at this 3 months. I was working on trying to say no sometimes, and I think I'm pretty good at this point now at saying to people no because that was a thing that I was always struggling with. Yeah, but now it's a bit better. I can refuse like if I don't want to do something. So I think that's the silver lining for me.
Cool, 100%. More boundaries when it comes to your daily life. What else?
Especially the structure. I find yeah, but first thing I'm going to do is like getting breakfast. So I know it sounds funny, but for the most part of my life, I didn't eat any breakfast at the morning. I was just jumping in with the coffee and
And now you wake up, you know exactly what to do. You know that if you do certain key steps, you're going to grow as a consequence.
that's true.
And beyond that, like looking back in the past, so you were a bit shy, you didn't have certain boundaries to be able to say no to people. How do you feel now?
Well, more confident. Definitely more confident. That's I'm sure for. No, I'm not that clingy anymore. If I can say that. I'm like I can let people go when they need to, and that's fine for me really. Because there is always someone who replace them anyway. So
You just have more confidence in yourself. You don't have to, you're not too worried what people are going to think of you, less than before.
yeah, that's exactly the point.
Awesome. So yeah, diving a bit deeper in terms of what we actually did. So far the visual transformation is great. This is only 3 months in. You've been getting stronger. You've been packing on size. For you, like what was the most impactful thing about the coaching program so far? What's helped you the most?
Well, obviously that I could every time I wanted to reach to you, if I had any questions or something, that was very helpful because any other coaches doesn't do that really, in my experience at least.
So having constant feedback, always knowing that you're on the right track. Previously, so you mentioned you'd never have had breakfast before. You had no structure compared to when you started. Like I remember you were hesitating to start when we were chatting on the phone via text. What's like now? Do you have more confidence that you can reach your goals when it comes to fitness compared to before?
Well, I think the coaching program did make it easier for me a lot. I mean, without it, I don't think so that I would be starting it anyway. Probably be like 3 months ago that I would stay that way.
And in those 3 months, like what was the most impactful thing? Was it like what? shifted your mindset the most? Was it the nutrition? Was it the training? What helped you the most compared to what you were doing before?
Well, especially the nutrition. I finally know what I should eat at least throughout the day, and how many calories I supposed to hit every day, and that was very helpful because that was the thing that I was struggling with the most.
So, was it your first time tracking calories?
So that was the first time I did it like through entire. I don't know how long it was like for the. I just started to not counting them like week ago because I finally know how things how many calories things has. I can count it on the paper like every meal and it's fine.
Dude, that's awesome. Like the goal, this is the goal I have for my clients. The goal is not to track calories for life, but within the first couple of months, we do track. But after that, like you have an understanding of what you need to eat based on your goals. You know exactly how many calories. And I imagine now it takes you like 5 minutes to track basically on your paper or on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. It's really practical to be honest. Sometimes I of course check if I cooking something new to check out if the calories are matching, but throughout the day I don't need to do it because I know what how many calories each food has. So.
So here, obviously, we don't base ourselves on emotion. We base ourselves really on data, tracking your daily weight, making sure every single week was slowly but surely increasing. We were starting out roughly in a pretty underweight state, so we were able to accelerate quite fast. How motivating was it for you to see the scale go up every morning?
Oh, it was very motivating. It was the only thing that I think that one of the only thing that pushed me forward. Yeah, I think that was
Because before, with previous coaches, were you doing this? Were you tracking progress? How were you measuring things?
so once a week. We've been like had the measurements from the body, but when you are going with the meter, you are like the changes are so minor that you can't even see them on the. Especially there is so many because there was like biceps one, the forearm, the chest, the waist, and there was so many of them that it was unpractical to be honest to track.
I mean, tracking your weights, it's the goal is not to be obsessed, it's just to get data. This the average weight allows us to make decisions based on if we need to increase or decrease calories. So essentially, there's no emotion here. It's just like literally, all right, we have a fixed target, roughly 300 grams. At first, we've been going slightly over because we were starting in an underweight state. Um, but it's like this is no emotion. Like we follow, if we're not gaining weight, we increase calories, rinse and repeat. And obviously, this is purely nutrition. And but combined with training, that's what really allows us to grow. Was it hard so to hit your protein and calories with the eating structure? Give me a bit of your experience so far.
When I had the list of the bulking foods that you gave me, it wasn't that hard to combine it for the dinner or for the breakfast. So I did it quite fast, and I was maintaining that I have for the week every of the food I need in the fridge. So it was very good. It was very good for the start. I didn't struggle with this much, especially that I found out that there are food that don't need to uh, be big by volume and have a very high calories in them. So
Yeah. Dude, how crazy is it that a couple months ago, this is what you look like? And with a bit of structuring, a bit of tracking, a bit of structure, like you're able to consistently grow. Like if you were to tell somebody, we're not doing anything crazy, anything magical here.
I think if I would like wait for the for starting the training program like maybe a month more, I would probably be like less down than 53. It would be even worse, I think. I mean, before I started, I was like for entire week. I was eating like maybe 2 meals a day, probably, and it was pre-made, so you know I would probably be even lighter than that, and then I would.
Yeah. So you were eating the wrong foods, low calorie dense foods. Were only having 2 meals, so you were skipping breakfast. Inconsistent structure that essentially just creates just all the variables to have inconsistent weight gain. Well, here what we're doing, a bit of structure, the right foods, tracking our daily weight, adjusting if necessary, nothing too crazy. So when it comes to training, dude, so first of all, like we started training, we just transitioned to 3 times per week. We were training 4 times per week. Give me a little bit of a rundown of how the training went. Was it hard at first? Give me your experience so far. Were you tracking your numbers in the gym?
Well, when I first started the 4 times per week, um, I started with the very light weights, so it wasn't that hard to do. But as far as we get through the week 7, week 8, I started to struggle a bit, and it was very nice to be honest. That I needed to do some work that I didn't do before, like the 70 kgs for the bench press. Oh, I mean for the chest press. It was amazing to do. I didn't know that I could do it, but I did. So I'm glad about this. And after each week, I was feeling the muscles more. I was feeling the struggle is finally there, but I like it anyway that way because I know it's working.
How important were the progression models for you? Like knowing exactly when you go to the gym, you know exactly what to do. How did that help?
Rough, I guess my every train.
Yep. Essentially, each session we have certain rules when it comes to the progression methods. If this happens, we do this. If this happens, we do this. So essentially, we're not guessing every single week. We're not working out. We're really pushing the needle forward. That means every session is designed to get us stronger over time. So far, in just 3 months, this is a look at your numbers. So even though the first sessions were easy, we're still continuing to get stronger every single week. All right. So, buddy, when it comes to video feedback, how did this help? When it comes to video feedback, was this something you were used to doing before? Was it the first time you were filming yourself in the gym? Give me a bit of your rundown.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. That was the first time I did it on the gym. Uh, at first, to be honest, I wasn't sure about this. Like it needed to pass a certain amount of time for me to realize that's the most one of the most important things at the gym, especially when you're exercising. That you can correct my every mistake, and I didn't notice it at the first time, but now I know. So I think that was really helpful because I didn't know about certain things and I was doing something wrong. But luckily, you were there to correct it.
It's funny because it took Karol a couple weeks to send me the first videos. Was it like, what was it? It was just feeling uncomfortable filming yourself. Like, what was the main issue? Or you were like, all right, maybe I know the form already. What was the thought process behind it?
I think I was a bit shy. I didn't see anybody do it for themselves on my gym. But also, I was sure that I can do the movement correct, and I wasn't. So that was my mistake.
I mean, the good thing is that there's always, with every single one of my clients and with Karol as well, like he thought he was doing solid form, but there's always tweaks. And when it comes to reviewing form, I look at range of motion. So if we're doing the full range of motion, but also intensity. That means, all right, Karol, here you have 2 reps left. Next time you have to push yourself a bit more. Or based on what I see, I can then set Karol's performance goals appropriately. That way, every single week we're getting stronger. And this is the feedback loop when it comes to training and nutrition. Every single week, adjusting, reviewing, making sure things are on track, essentially leaving nothing to chance. Now at this point, so you're used to going to the gym, to getting stronger. Do you get excited to go to the gym to hit PRs? Like, how do you feel now when you go to the gym? More confident?
So yeah, true. That's correct. I think going to the gym now is some sort of relax for me. To be honest, when I'm going there to uh, do my best, and I think it's like some kind of rest I'm getting from it, from training.
It's your time with yourself. It's your meditation.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, things so far are going very, very well. Getting stronger every single week. The scale is slowly but surely going up. We know exactly what we're doing. Karol, for you, like, what's the next goal? What's like your we've currently reached, so we're at that 60 kg mark. What's the next goal for you?
Push it forward, of course. Well, I always wanted to look healthy. I don't want to push it too much, of course. I think maybe 10 more would be nice for that I had for my height. It would be nice to have like 10 more, I think.
I mean, here looking very good. Obviously, the 10 kgs won't happen overnight, but with the correct process, we're a lot more confident than at the start, knowing exactly what to do nutrition wise, training. We basically know that it's just a question of time at this point. What would you say to yourself that was hesitating to join 3.5 months ago when we were texting via chat? What would you say to that version of Karol?
No, absolutely do not hesitate because it was a challenging experience.
In only three months?
Yeah, yeah, it had the impact on a lot of things that I didn't even know that were there. Like I didn't see myself as a shy person, never, but I was a bit before. So that's a strange thing. Can learn about ourselves, new things.
So the muscle is cool, but what's cooler? The confidence, like what's give me a concrete example in your life of something that changed for you. Something that maybe you didn't do in the past that you now do today.
Now, when I'm finally planning something, that I'm really going to do it, even if it's hard to go there. When I'm going to an appointment or something, I'm going to do it. And like you said once, a man of your word. And that was something like this.
Would you say before you were making empty promises? You said you were going to do something, but you didn't follow through?
Exactly. I didn't expect that I could like run this program for that long time and keeping everything up.
It's crazy when you say you're gonna do something, especially with something as simple as the gym and nutrition. You say you're gonna eat this amount, you say you're gonna train at this time, you do your session, you do that over 2 weeks, 1 month, 6 months, it does something to your mind. Once you say like that, this is what I've experienced, you start to believe in yourself more. You're like, what else can I do?
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely so. That you can keep up to your plans, and that's very nice.
Karol, any things you would say to somebody that's on the fence of joining, that's currently in your old position, that's stuck, that basically doesn't know what to do when it comes to training, nutrition? What would you tell that guy?
Well, I would tell that there is never a good time for the beginning. You just need to go and start if there is opportunity. And I think that program was for me. And I did it.
Dude, absolute pleasure. So far, you're crushing it. I very much look forward to continuing to grow week by week, month by month. Karol, thank you very much, buddy. Take care.